energy-saving and energy-efficient summer fun from what we use to eat our picnic food.
So we're going to learn how one of these is made.
Absolutely.
And the dispute about the environmental impact of biodegradable utensils, to Major League Baseball and what one club is doing to keep all that stadium junk out of landfills.
When all of a sudden it's 30 teams saying, hey, I want to recycle more, and you're sending that signal to the concessionaires and to the supply chain, it makes a difference.
Plus, national monuments. We'll show you an energy retrofit our founding fathers would have been proud of.
You would never put solar panels on the roof of the George Washington birthplace.
A clean energy solution takes us underground. This is Energy Now. Hello everyone, I'm Thalia Shuras. Welcome to Energy Now, a weekly look at America's energy challenges and what we're doing about them. It's summertime, so we figured why not take a look at the energy we burn doing summer stuff and what's being done to increase our energy efficiency and reduce the environmental impact, whether it's at the beach, at the ballpark, visiting a national park, or having a picnic. And let's start with that picnic and those plastic forks and spoons you use and then throw away. Since plastic is made from petroleum, you might as well be pouring crude oil down the sink. But now some companies have found a way to grow utensils, sort of. They're using bioplastics, usually made from corn with no crude and are biodegradable. Bioplastics are becoming increasingly popular in the restaurant business, but critics say there's also a downside, as Dan Goldstein tells us in this Energy Now Spotlight.
Did you know in this country alone, we use nearly 40 billion of these plastic spoons, knives, and forks a year? That's enough to fill the entire National Mall several times over.
Utensils like these are made from hard plastic, and most get sent to landfills, where it takes thousands of years to decompose. They also use up a lot of oil. It takes more than 1 million barrels a day to make all the plastic we use. But there is a way to make it without using oil and without filling up our landfills. It's called bioplastic.
Good to meet you.
Hello, how are you?
Good. So we're going to learn how one of these is made.
This is Frederick
Absolutely.
Scheer.
I'm going to show you all the secrets.
All right, let's go.
He's a chemist by trade, but he's also the owner of Cereplast, a bioplastic manufacturing company here in the middle of corn country, Seymour, Indiana.
This is either corn or tapioca. We can use also wheat, rice, and other kind of materials.
The starch from those materials are heated and then converted into a biopolymer. That's the building block of bioplastics. The biopolymer is then formed into these pellets, called resin. The resin is then sent to factories like this one in Tijuana, Mexico, where they can be put into regular plastic making machines, saving money on building new machines. The price of oil also makes a big difference.
We have realized that the price of oil is such at $100 a barrel, we are at parity on all our hybrid or sustainable products, which is making it very attractive.
And potentially helping to save some space in those landfills. Bioplastic utensils can break down in a matter of months.
We can make those kind of products out of corn, send them to a compost site. In 180 days, they go back to nature, and the cycle goes again.
But there's a catch.
A lot of land that used to be in conservation plantings is being taken out.
Andrew Hugg is an environmental analyst. He says if we grow more corn for things other than food, the farmland won't get the break that it needs.
The more you've got soil that's exposed like this, the more erosion you get, and the more we lose our ability to grow food in the future.
Scheer says that doesn't have to be the case.
Here at Cereplast, we have taken a commitment, and that commitment is that within the next 3 to 5 years, 30 to 40% of all our feedstock and all the resins that we'll be manufacturing will come from non-food related material, either cellulosic material and also algae byproduct material.
But there's another issue. For bioplastic to be considered biodegradable, it must decompose 60% in 180 days. But according to a study from North Carolina State University, if it does decompose quickly, it gives off methane, a greenhouse gas.
If it decomposes in less than 2 years, then that methane all goes to the environment and probably doing more harm than good.
To avoid that, bioplastics need to be composted, and that can get expensive. Earlier this year, when Republicans took control of the House, they ditched the bioplastic tableware in Capitol cafeterias, saying the cost of composting them, almost $500,000, wasn't worth it. But that doesn't mean bioplastic flatware isn't catching on elsewhere. Just a few miles from the Capitol is Ted's Montana Grill in Arlington, Virginia. George McCarrow is the CEO.
Customers, our guest base, are looking for restaurants that are on the leading edge.
McCarrow switched to bioplastics for takeout meals at all 46 of his restaurants. They still cost him more, but he says that would change if the rest of the industry followed suit.
If McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, any of them would go out and bite the bullet at first, and we could actually get the supply of these elements, prices would actually go down.
What's not going down? The bioplastic market. In fact, the use of bioplastics has tripled since 2006. Frederick Shear is projecting that in 5 years, bioplastics will be a $5 billion market worldwide.
One of the things I'm very proud of is that the products that we are making are American products, made with American workers, with feedstock, which is coming from our country. Look at what we have done here. We have created about 70 green jobs, and we anticipate to create even more than that.
So bioplastics has the potential to be good for the economy and good for the earth. In Seymour, Indiana, Dan Goldstein, Energy Now.
You can now find most bioplastic tableware at supermarkets and superstores. They do cost more, but as oil prices rise, so will the price of regular plastic, making bioplastics more cost competitive. Also, many bioplastic retailers now offer their stuff online, and we can help. To find a list of bioplastic companies that can deliver biodegradable picnic items straight to your door, go to our website, energynow.com. Next, let's talk trash, baseball trash. How one major league team is saving energy and going green, and not just on the field, giving fans only one option when it comes to their stadium garbage.
Guys, you think we can recycle this place?
Of course, every last bottle, we'll get it all.
With recycling superheroes leading the charge. Plus, the past meets the future. A modern energy efficiency makeover for a founding father. How tourists are staying cool at George Washington's place this summer.
The Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America has important information for the millions of people with asthma. You know that asthma symptoms can really slow you down. What you may not know is that there are two main causes of asthma symptoms: airway constriction you feel, and inflammation you may not feel. If your medicine is only treating one, it can make asthma feel like an uphill battle. Learn how to better manage your asthma by treating both main causes of asthma symptoms. Treating both causes can help prevent symptoms before they even start. And preventing asthma symptoms could mean a smoother ride. You can find information and resources about asthma and learn how to help prevent asthma symptoms at asthma.com.
Hair loss. Now this rash on my face, what's going on?
For answers, ask your doctor the right question.
Could I have lupus?
Welcome back, everybody. Now, going to a baseball game is about as iconic as you can get when it comes to an American summertime pastime. And you know the song. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack, then use recycle bins or I'll never come back. Okay, change the last bit there, but the national pastime is evolving as more and more major league clubs are finding ways to reduce the amount of garbage they send to landfills and to decrease their energy use. Energy Now's Lee Patrick Sullivan visited one ball club that is taking charge of its impact on energy consumption and the environment.
Scott Jenkins of the Seattle Mariners has one of the hardest jobs in baseball. No, he doesn't have to hit a split-fingered fastball. His task is much harder. how to get about 40,000 people to all recycle at the same time. It started about 5 years ago, when the Seattle Mariners put out hundreds of recycling bins next to garbage cans throughout Safeco Field. The goal? To get their fans to put compostable materials like leftover hot dogs, pretzels, and peanuts into the compost bin, and all the rest, the forks, straws, and whatnot, into the garbage bin. I mean, it seemed simple enough. And Seattle is one of the leading cities when it comes to home composting. But Jenkins struck out with the idea.
With a poster up above that shows what's compostable, what's not compostable, and then where the bottles should go. And surprisingly, even though you put it in pictures, the garbage container is mostly full of compostable stuff.
So Jenkins decided to swing for the fences. If fans were making poor decisions about what was compostable and what wasn't, why not simply make the choice for them and stop selling the non-compostable items? So at Safeco Field, when it came to plastic cups, plastic utensils, plastic straws, and styrofoam food containers,
You are out of here!
now everything food-related sold at Safeco Field, except for the plastic bottles and potato chip bags, is compostable. The cups, made from compostable corn. The utensils, from a potato. And styrofoam containers were replaced with a recycled paper product. The upfront costs were a little more, but the Mariners make up the difference by not having to hire someone to separate the trash, and it also costs less to haul to a compost facility than it does to a landfill.
A few years ago, we would have had a hard time getting a compostable serviceware line that was affordably priced and performed well and yet compostable. And now in today's marketplace, there's a big demand for that, and we're able to find those products.
The team even called on superheroes Captain Plastic and Kid Compost to spread the word during the games.
Guys, you think we can recycle this place? Of course, every last bottle, we'll get it all.
Now fans can simply put just about everything in one bin, bottles in the other. And after games, an army of workers pick up what's left. Nearly 10 tons of compostable trash is picked up and carted away from this place every game. And that mountain of biodegradable trash is sent here to Seattle's Cedar Grove composting facility.
You know, I used to have this uncle that used to buy up land, and he used to say to me, Lee, invest in dirt, because the good Lord ain't making any more of it. Well, don't tell that to the folks here at Cedar Grove, because they make 300,000 cubic yards of the stuff every year.
One by one, large trucks pull into this place, dumping yard clippings, papers, and mounds of Cracker Jacks, hot dogs, and biodegradable utensils from Safeco Field. That's Susan Thoman. Her job at Cedar Grove is to spread the word of the importance of composting and how it can reduce Seattle's landfill waste.
This does not belong in compost bins. How'd I do? Good? All right. This messes with her life. Don't do that. So it looks like you mix it there, and then it gets dumped onto this conveyor belt right here.
Right. So what they're doing, they're putting it in the hopper, and it's going into the hopper into a grinding system, and then we're going to grind it up to a 4-inch grind before we put it in the piles for processing.
From there, the grind, as it's called, travels along several conveyor belts where the plastic and metal is taken out until it gets put under this Gore-Tex-like material and aerates before becoming rich soil for your garden.
This used to be apple cores and
Right.
banana peels and compostable plates and,
That's right.
and cups and popcorn from Mariner Stadium.
That's right.
With the special